This is
I
Antigua
want to take the
breaking
opportunity
news.
to congratulate Mr. Patrice Luke, or Ambassador Patrice Luke, on behalf of the government and people of Antigua and Barbuda on his recent appointment. I see this as a typical example in which ambition and effort would have resulted in the elevation of an individual.
This is Antigua breaking
For those of
news.
us who know Patrice Luke, known as Baba, emanated from very humble beginnings. Not the most qualified person. However, as you know, education comes in different forms, skills come in different forms. He has emerged over the years, I would say within the last 2 decades, to become perhaps one of the most successful entrepreneurs on the island.
This
I recall
is
too
Antigua
under the
breaking
UPP
news.
administration that he was building a number of roads, curbs and drains on the UPP administration and repairing public buildings. Under our administration, he has also done a significant amount of work. And, you know, we are proud to see when grassroots people like, Ambassador Patrice Luke would have elevated themselves, having
This
emanated
is
out of
Antigua
extremely
breaking
poor
news.
communities. Now, my administration prides itself as an all-inclusive institution, and there must be opportunities for individuals to advance within the country, certainly under our governance of the country. Notwithstanding the fact that they may not be the most qualified among us. And, I want to caution those who may probably
This
want to
is
argue
Antigua breaking
that he's
news.
not the most qualified. I mean, there are many people who we have elevated and honored in this country who, in some instances, did not even complete their primary education. But we had to look at their contribution to nation building and to reward them accordingly. Now, insofar as his role is to serve as an economic envoy, to help us to attract additional investments, even from his overseas contacts and locally, to help to stimulate more domestic
This is
investments.
Antigua
We're
breaking
aware
news.
that he is involved in many businesses, and based on his at least superior business success, there's no doubt about it in terms of his business success. We believe that he can make a further contribution. I mean, he has been contributing, and we believe he can make a further contribution in terms of helping to stimulate more business within the country. So again, I congratulate him.
This is
He's
Antigua
not
breaking news.
an ambassador who is serving, let's say, in a mission that may require a significant amount of technical skills, like let's say the UN and the OAS and so on. This is just a roving person who will utilize whatever connections he has to help us to attract others to invest. So, it's not the type of appointment that requires
This
the
is
brightest
Antigua breaking
people in the country to serve, because there's some who, of the view, from the time you hear somebody's appointed as an ambassador, you think that they probably have to have a PhD or maybe a master's degree or so. That is not the type of appointment here. And as I said too, we must create a space at the table for grassroots people. I mean, somebody like Bob Baba, is the
This is
salt of the
Antigua
earth. I
breaking
mean,
news.
someone who people look up to and represent a form of someone who people would emulate. When you see someone who would have emanated from such a poor beginning, modest beginning, literally advancing, it also creates hope for others, especially others who are aspiring to be
This is
successful.
Antigua
So
breaking
we
news.
felt that it was important to, and that is the cabinet that made the decision. The consensus was that, he's the type of person who, if we elevate him, we can also inspire other grassroots individuals to do just as well or even to do better than Baba. If I'm not mistaken, Baba probably started by washing cars at Hadid Motors, as a youngster. And I'm not saying this in any pejorative way,
This is Antigua
but
breaking
it shows
news.
that with ambition and effort, and then some discipline, of course, that you can always improve a lot. I mean, evidently, by being around the Hadids, he would have learned. And as I said to people, intelligence is not just about your academic qualifications. And there are many people. I mean, if you think about some of the sirs in the society, we have several of them. I can think about one in particular. He wasn't born in Antigua. I'm not using it against
This
him.
is Antigua
But he came
breaking
here. I'm not even
news.
sure he has a secondary education. He became one of our most successful businessmen, and he's now a sir. And I feel that people like them, there has to be a space at the table for them. We can't be judging them based on their academic qualification.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll automatically set the bar to the extent that people like them, notwithstanding their
Antigua
contribution to
breaking
nation
news.
building, that could never be honored or be rewarded with some form of position.
This is Antigua breaking news.